Hi, I'm Rich Iannuzzi of the Long River Tai Chi Circle School. The exercises you're about to see are the Swimming Dragon exercises, which were created by Mr. Liu Shiheng. They were taught to me by my teacher Wolf Lowenthal, founder of the Long River Tai Chi Circle. His teacher was Professor Chung Man Ching, who also was the teacher of Mr. Liu. I find these to be very helpful in terms of developing subtle understanding of the waist and legs, the feet flat on the floor, the core principles that make our Tai Chi what it is. I'd like to give a special thanks to Suzanne Strauss, who I've consulted with on some of the details, and I hope you find these exercises helpful and useful. And just one little reminder from Mr. Liu and from Wolf Lowenthal that we aspire to and cultivate a calm spirit, a peaceful heart, and a clear and logical mind. I hope you find these exercises helpful. Thank you. All right, the first exercise of the Swimming Dragon set is like the opening of the Yang style short form with parallel feet, toes on a line hip width. The arms rise, fingertips catch up, elbows sink, letting the wrists bend. Elbows draw down and back so the heels of the hands can sink down through the air like water. And the fingertips catch up. Notice they're pointing forward slightly. Feeling the dropped shoulders, the feet flat on the floor. We sometimes call this one the begging puppy dog. Feeling the air like it has the weight and substance of water. Our tailbones nice and hanging, our head tops as if suspended from above. Now the next 5 exercises use the bow stance. I'll demonstrate them with the left foot forward. First one is push the tush. You see the arms have sort of a circular motion. The rear hand is helping to keep the tailbone dropped and encourage that hip to move freely so we keep good structure with our feet flat on the floor and our head tops as is suspended from above. The upper hand kind of going over the dantian, so it's a little bit like we're circling the dantian. The second one is crease the qua. I'm using the pinky edges of my hands to remind me of the inguinal fold, the creasing of the qua, that also supports good Tai Chi with dropped tailbone and loose hips. And I keep my mind also on the push the tush feel, letting that rear hip come forward with the turn. The third one of this set, these 5, is brush the knee. You'll notice they all do the same thing. We're 70-30 forward, facing the front foot. We're 70-30 back, facing the rear foot. We can emphasize the elbow to hip connection here, just like brush knee in the form, and continuing to remember push the tush energy and crease the qua energy. The next one is bend the bow, just like the form. Notice in all of these, the arm positions are the same in the front as they are in the back, like mirror images. The shoulders nice and dropped, and again remembering to push the tush and crease the qua energy. Drop shoulders, heavy elbows, gently rounded wrists. And then the last in this set of 5 is the swinging bear. Feeling the fingertips lead the way, the arms swinging almost like a constant bear. All of these 5 again have the 70-30 forward and 70-30 back, facing the front foot, facing the rear foot. Like I'm falling forward and falling back. Now we move to sculling, or plying the oar. It's as if our oar is to the same side as our front foot and there's an oar lock there. Now I don't turn the hips so much on this one. In fact, I can keep them square. I sit back like I'm pulling the oar, sit forward like I'm pushing the oar. We can turn the hips slightly. We can imagine the pushing and pulling. We can also be a little bit more subtle with the arms, letting the hands just fall a little and come forward a little. And then finally we sit back all the way and turn the hips to the side as much as possible, like play guitar in the form. Standing on the precipice or standing on the pillar. Shoulders dropped, elbows heavy, wrists gently rounded. Supporting the 8 directions, forward, back, left, right, the corners, and from below and above. And then we can just shuffle it out with the Mr. Leo shuffle to end the one side of the swimming dragon. Thank you. Starting with a right foot forward bow stance. Push the tush. The hands having a sort of circular motion. Letting the rear hand help keep that tailbone dropped, bringing that hip around. Then crease the qua, focusing just as much on the dropping hand as the rising hand. Now we're going to brush the knee, remembering still the energies of push to tush, increase the qua. Feeling the elbows connecting to the hips. we're going to do bend the bow. Keeping the shoulders nice and level. And now the Mr. Liu bear, or swinging arms, feeling the fingertips lead, still remembering the push the tush, crease the qua energy. Good to keep checking in with your feet nice and flat on the floor, tailbone hanging, head top as if suspended from above. And now sculling, where we sit 100% back, and then back to our 70-30, our bow stance. And then after sculling, sitting back 100%, turning away from the rear leg as much as possible, standing on the precipice or standing on the pillar like play guitar in the hand form. Shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, shoulders dropped, elbows heavy, wrists gently rounded. Then we can gently, Mr. Leo, shuffle it out. And then we take our left foot forward bow stance. And we repeat on this side. Push the tush. Encouraging those hips to stay dropped, the tailbone to stay dropped, the hips to come forward so we're nice and sung in the yao. And then creasing the qua, almost like the fingers are diving towards the opposite foot. And then brush knee. Remembering to keep the energy of push the tush, increase the qua with those good loose hips, hanging tailbone. Bend the bow. and the swinging bear, the Mr. Liu bear. Let those fingertips lead the way. Remember to listen to the feet, the hips, hanging tailbone, suspended head top. Let the arms swing, connected to the whole body. And then sculling. I'll do it this time with a little bit more active arms, like I'm plying the oar, pushing and pulling the oar. And then sitting 100% back, opening up the hips away from the rear foot, standing on the precipice or standing on the pillar like play guitar in the hand form. Then we can do the Mr. Liu shuffle, shake it out a little bit. And that's the swimming dragon set. Thank you. As part of the swimming dragon exercises, start and or end with 3 first thirds. Here's one now. Thank you.